But what's going to make the major difference? Each person's personal philosophy that sets a better sail, sets a better sail. So don't ask for a more favorable wind. That's like wishing something that's not going to occur. Don't ask for better seed and soil. All you got's what's available. Don't curse what you got. On this planet, all we got's the seed that's here, the soil that's here, the miracle of life that's here, the opportunity that's here, the seasons that are here. That's all we got. Wherever you've come from in your country, the economy you got, that's all you got. In America, our economy, that's all we got. The government, that's all we got. The marketplace, that's all we got. Whatever you do, don't criticize all you got. The key is to set a better sail and turn what you've got into the miracle of your future. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. And that's the reason for coming here, spending a couple of days of intense effort, taking notes, rolling up your sleeves, going to work, commit yourself to learning so that you can get smarter for the days ahead. Develop your philosophy. Herbalife's philosophy has carried it now, these 12 years, to extraordinary heights. Those that do the work get the pay. A philosophy that commits itself to having the finest no matter what it costs. That kind of philosophy. I'm asking you to develop your own personal philosophy. Get your business philosophy going. Get your financial plan going. Don't violate the conclusions of your own philosophy by not executing and taking action. But that's number 2, get smart. Here's number 3, get going. As smart as you might become after these 2 days, as many ideas as you take away from here, they're truly, as Larry mentioned, like seeds to be planted in the soil. You got to get going. You got to take action. The disciplines is the miracle process. And here's how to get the miracle of your future going as far as disciplines are concerned. Number 1, do what you can. You might go home and set a whole new pace for yourself, and we call it cleaning up neglect. Should walk around the block, could walk around the block for your good health. Don't walk around the block. See, you're on the wrong track. Should read, could read, don't read. On the wrong track. Should call, could call, don't call. On the wrong track. Could change, should change, don't change. You're on the wrong track. Letters you haven't written, conversations you haven't had with your family, somebody you should sit down with when you get back home, get that job done. Don't let neglect destroy your days, destroy your life, and destroy your future. Go back and do what you can. And if you'll do what you can, then life will give you some extraordinary things to do. We all pity the man, right? Wants to stride out of his house, go straighten out the corporation, has not yet straightened out his garage. You got to take care of the small disciplines before life will give you a chance to handle the more complicated disciplines. How do you think Mark Hughes got here? Scattered now throughout 14, 15 countries, another 14, 15 coming up. I mean, how do you do this? You start first with the smallest of disciplines and do not neglect them and do not disregard them as being trifling. Everything matters. Everything's important. Good phrase to take home. All disciplines affect each other. In fact, here's a good philosophical phrase. If you hadn't thought of it before, here it is. Everything affects everything else. It's so easy to be casual and say, well, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. I'm telling you, everything matters. Of course, some things matter more than others, but there isn't anything that doesn't matter. Then here's the positive side. Every new discipline affects all your other disciplines. If you'll get some new things going, make some calls you've never made before, step up your activity level, step up your labor level, develop the skills from these 2 days of training here, and you'll go home and work some miracles on your days and your life and your future and your income, your business, and a bigger portion of that 400 million will certainly be yours. Go for the disciplines, the smallest of disciplines, the least of disciplines. Like keeping your accounts in order, the smallest of disciplines. Did you ever hear this expression? I don't know where it all goes. Did you ever hear that? I don't know where it all goes. Wow. Oh, we'd love to have you run Herbalife. You don't know where it all goes. How long do you think we'd last here in Herbalife if that was your philosophy sitting at the top like Mark Hughes. Let me give you the story on Mark Hughes. Mark knows where everything goes. And he started back when he only had pennies. He started back when he only had dollars. He started back when he didn't have much. But here's the key. One of the greatest extraordinary phrases that's ever been written from antiquity says, if you'll be faithful, if you'll be disciplined when the amounts are small, we'll make you a ruler, give you a position of authority when the amounts are many. Somebody says, I've only got 2 or 3 distributors. I don't know where they are. Come on. If you've only got 2 or 3, you can know when they get up. You can know when they go to bed. You can know all the details. Take care of your disciplines when the amounts are small. And then life will see to it that you get some extraordinary numbers to work with, like you saw the stories displayed here. Do not disregard the smallest of disciplines. Let us not neglect. Do not neglect the smallest of disciplines and build on that foundation, and you can have everything you could possibly want. Okay? Get going. Here's number 4, get better. There isn't any of us that can't get better. So turn on this whole idea of personal development and personal growth. That was what my teacher shared with me that changed my life. Starting a few steps from here at that convention. I'm telling you, for things to get better, you got to get better. Don't ask for it to change out there. Ask for you to change here. Don't ask for a more favorable wind. We call that naive. Don't ask for better seed, better soil. This is the only planet you got.
It's the only planet you've got. What up? What up? What up? Jerry Cooper. Man, I played that video last week because that's like a 50-minute video. So you can hear a lot of great stuff when it comes to, hearing some good stuff about personal development, how you operate in Herbalife, how you should operate in life in general. Disciplines. How many of us are disciplined? Type of 1 if you feel like you're super disciplined. Don't neglect the small ones. Like a super small discipline is something like who has a time that they gotta wake up at? Like you absolutely need to wake up at this time. Breaking that discipline could be like, okay, you know what? I'm about to just get up 15 minutes after that time. I'll be having that problem. I'll do that sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm supposed to get up at 6:50. I might wait till 7:10. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, right, the universe gives you what you give out. So it's like, if you say you're going to give at 6:50 to get whatever done or just to start your day, if you don't do that, if you do it 1 minute after, 5 minutes after, it ain't going to go how you want it to go. So if you put in your mind the night before, like, yo, I'm about to wake up early. I'm about to get my tea going. I'm about to stretch. I'm about to do my PD, XYZ, la, 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 la. I got in my mind, I'm about to go get 2 or 3 new clients. I'm about to make X amount of income today. I'm about to help X amount of people. This is the impact I'm about to make, right? And it starts at 6:50 in the morning. But you get up at 7:10, you might not get the 2 or 3 clients. You might do everything else, but not get the 2 or 3 clients. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like taking care of those things, like being on point with those things. Like, okay, I know that I say that my follow-up is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I have to hit them up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I can't do it Tuesday just because I didn't feel like it on Monday. Like discipline is doing stuff when you don't feel like it. Type of 2, if you always do the stuff that you need to do when you don't feel like doing it. Type of 2, if you always do it. Type of 3, if you kind of do it sometimes. Like you're just not in the mood, but you'll be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Some stuff for me is like, I have to do it, right? Not even when it comes to Herbalife, like just other stuff in general, like in life. It's like, man, I do not feel like doing this today or right now, but it got to get done. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the discipline and that's the mandatory standard that I got. Because that's just how I operate. And if you carry those things from your life into your business, imagine what could happen for you. He was talking about getting a pie of 400 million. Hey, I don't know what year that was. I think that was definitely in the 90s, right? 400 million. We're at 8 billion, almost 9 billion now. Like the difference between millions and billions. I was I was thinking about this one. Actually, I wasn't thinking about it. I was actually watching some type of video on it. But the difference between millions and billions is like 1 year to 36 years in time. Like that's the difference. That's a huge difference, right? So he's talking about 400 million and we at 8 billion now. What piece of that you want? Type the piece of the 8 billion that you want right now in the chat. Cuz I want to see. I'm not even greedy. I'll just go ahead and take 50 M's. I'll take 50 M's. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with 50 M's. Michaela, that was the answer I was looking for. All of it. It's all available. Thank you. Kiana, yes. Who else said all? Let me see who was smart. Only y'all too. Okay, bet. Listen, all of it is available. So you know what it takes? It takes dedication. It takes being down for the cause. I've been in Herbalife what? So first of all, Jerry Cooper, global expansion team, been in the business 8 years, right? Super excited to run all the way to president's team and beyond, and inspire a gang of people in my community and my family, right? But I've been dedicated for, out of the 8 years that I've been in, 7, right? How many of you guys have been dedicated to anything for 7 years, right? So when I say this, right, I want to be clear about this. Not being an athlete, because you know what I'm saying? I'm an athlete now. You know what I'm saying? How many of you guys have been dedicated? What are we on? 4? Type of 4 if you've been dedicated to something other than mandatory things. Like something that you chose, something that you couldn't quit. So kids don't count? No, kids don't count. No. So something that you can be dedicated to is something like, or something that I've been dedicated to, right? Basketball, right? At a high level. So not just being an athlete in the sense of, okay, I'm just working out, I'm taking care of my body. Like, no, dedicated. I'm showing up to the things. I'm going to practice. I'm going to study hall. I've been doing things like that for multiple years. Herbalife, I've been doing it for 7 years, right? The things that come with that. What else have I been doing for 7 years? Working uninvoluntarily for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? But my point in saying that is, inside of Herbalife, I've been dedicated to the things that matter. So in the sense of getting on the calls, going to events, talking to people, showing up. Type of 5 if you feel like you've been dedicated in those aspects inside of the business, or type of 6 if you feel like you could do better. Six. Okay, you know what? That's cooler, right? Because this is the thing, right? The average time that it takes to get to president's team is 13 years, right? So in 13 years, if it takes you 13 years, that means you're not necessarily going pedal to the metal all 13 years. That's not the case, right? Because if you're going pedal to the metal if you're going pedal to the metal, it should only take you about 2 to 3 years if you're going like that every day. But this is the thing. Inside of you making it to Prez team or millionaire team or 2.5 or whatever, right? You're hitting these extra levels and you're making that money on top of it, right? And that's the thing that you really need to get, is that the lifestyle that you get to attain on the way to president's team or whatever your goal is just as dope. So let me see. Type at, what number are we on? 7? Okay, bet. Thank you. I appreciate that. So when it comes to income, right? Let's say, so we're going to do 7, 8, 9, maybe 10. Type of 7 if you're on your way to making $250. You know you're going to make that every month in Herbalife. Type of 7 if you know you're going to make at least $250 a month in Herbalife. Type of 8 if you know you're going to make 500 plus in Herbalife. You know it. Type of 9 if you're going to make 1,000 plus in Herbalife. And then type a 10 if you're going to make at least 2 bands in Herbalife, no matter what. No matter what. Like, you know, this is what it's going to be, right? So we was on 7. If you're going to make 250. Okay, bet. 8, 500 plus, 9, 1,000 plus, and 10, 2 bands plus. All right, cool. So this is the thing, right? when it comes to dedication, if you want to increase those numbers to go from 250 to 500, like if you want to have a solidified, I know I'm about to make this amount of money, you might need to be more dedicated to the things that's pertinent to doing Herbalife. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you might need to be more dedicated to showing up more. You might need to be dedicated to more talking to more people. You might need to be more dedicated to getting more results, sharing the opportunity, talking to more people, just increasing my skills, adding more value, right? Because the more you do that, the more people you inspire, because if you look at this, right, a lot of people are at 7 right now, which is the 250, right? When you're sponsoring people and you're building your team, right, you're going to have more people that are going to have 7s than you're going to have on 10s. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just going to be the average, right? So if you know that you want to get to Prez team or make life-changing income, career level income, right? If you're going to have a gang of 7s of people on your team, now mind you, when I say a gang of 7s, there's nothing wrong with people wanting to make 250. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, that's going to be the majority of the people on your team. So if you know it's going to be hella 7s that are going to make 250, how many people do you think it's going to take for you to sponsor in your organization for you to have that check level? You know what I'm saying? So to get that amount of people, you might need to talk to more people. You might need to show up a little bit more. You might need to give a little bit more. You might need to, when you go to the events, pay a little bit more attention, try new things, right? So it's the beginning of the month. How many what are we on? Or we did 10? Okay, bet we're back to 1. Type of 1 if you wrote your goals down for the month. Couple 1s. So we got 4 1s. Okay. All right, bet. So listen, right? Getting it done tonight, 0.5. Okay, bet. Like the transparency. So this is the thing, right? Again, because we talked about still working on mine. Okay, bet. So this is the thing. If you haven't wrote your goals down by now, you're behind because it's 3 days into the month. Yes, the first Monday, but it's 3 days, right? So you had 3 days to possibly go for your goals. My goals are written down right here, right? So it's like you got to be thinking about your goals on the end of the month or at least on the first day. You know what I'm saying? Because if you not, some of us have wasted 3 days. And because I've talked to a lot of you guys, right? Some of you guys say you want career level income. Some of you guys say you want Prez team. Some of you guys say you want all of the 8 billion. If you want any of that, you got to be on track. You got to be on point, which comes to being dedicated, which comes down to planning, which comes down to how serious am I taking my business? You know what I'm saying? Because again, remember I asked this a few weeks ago. If your future team showed up how you're showing up now, how would your business look? How would it look? Would you be like with your current demeanor, how you show up to events, how you show up on calls, how you operate in the marketplace, how you are on social media, how you present the opportunity? Would your team be thriving, or would your team be like coasting, or would your team be tanking? Think about that. You don't have to obviously come off of mute or whatever the case is, right? You don't need to put yourself on blast, whatever, right? But think about that though, because again, people are going to follow you and how you show up. So if you're professional, if you making it look like it's fun, if you making it look like it's dope, if you making it look like you know what you're talking about, if you know the marketing plan, if you know how to proceed inside of the business, you've worked on your people skills, you know how to talk, you know what I'm saying? Then people will be more confident in saying, yeah, let me get in behind this person versus saying like, oh, I don't know, or I'll get back to you, or whatever the case is, because I've had that happen in my career. And it still happens today. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily the lack of skill. It's just that's how people are. But the thing about it is, the better you get at your skills, the more chances you get at more people saying yes than more people saying no. Right. So somebody come off of mute and share 1 or 2 of their goals that they want to do this month. Right. And I'll go ahead and start. Right. So my goal this month, for next month, right? So ultimately in this month, I want to retail $1,500 from retail, right? So I can go ahead on the first of the month, next month. On the first, I want to just go be like, here go the mortgage. Here go the mortgage right here on the first. Like I don't got to worry about it. It's already taken care of. I've talked to hella people. I want to see my PayPal account run up, right? Also with that, I would like to go ahead. Well, I don't want to even say I like. Let me go ahead and refrain that. I'm going to sponsor 3 new distributors because I understand that to grow in this business, you can't rely on the people that you already have. For you to get to the next level, you're going to have to bring in new. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to bring in 3 new distributors frontline to help grow this organization, right? So those are 2 of my goals out of the many that I have written down, right? So somebody else come off of mute and share 1 or 2 of your goals, and how do you plan on getting there? Don't be shy now. Don't be shy. So out of the people, let me see. Out of the people that said that they wrote their goals down,
I go.
I-
What's up, guys? Amanda here, current active royalty member. So my main goals is 7.5K. Get 10 brand new preferred members. Retail 1,500. Get 12 new challengers into the next challenge, and get 2 new distributors on the way to supervisor. That's fine.
My bad. Yeah. So no, definitely great goals. That's definitely how one way that you can move business forward for sure. 7.5K. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And I'm not mad at you. Go ahead and go for that for sure. Liz, do you wanna did she get off the call? Or I think she might have came off the call. Okay, who was next? Steph, you want to go ahead and say 1 of your goals, 1 or 2 of your goals that you got for this month?
Yes. So I'm always striving for 5K, whether it always happens or not, or whether it hasn't happened yet or not. But 5K is the goal. And I've just gotten clear on where it should be coming from, not like just all PMs and clients, right? So 1,000 plus in reorders, documented volume in reorders, 2,000 documented volume to come from whether it be new clients or new retail or PMs. I haven't put a number yet, but on what I wrote before was 8 new PMs, and I erased retail. Why did I do that? But I would just say 5 to 7 new retail orders, and then 8 new PMs, and then 2,000 documented volume points to come from my downline. So obviously I will want my current downline to level up to supervisor. That's always the goal. And then get 2 new downline, so new distributors, or I would rather say 2 new senior consultants, because that means that they're in action already. So
Right.
that's my goal.
Exactly. Nice. Definitely. That's great to know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Does everybody know how much? So as a supervisor, right? When you're a supervisor, does everybody know how much income you'll make on the check when somebody hits senior consultant in your front line, or actually in your first 3 levels? Do you guys know how much money that you'll make as the upline per senior consultant?
I can take a poke at it. I think I know.
Go ahead, sir.
It's like 125.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Great answer, Will, for sure. Shout out to Will because he just hit his first cut of active supervisor, first cut of world team. Shout out to Will. Snap it up, snap it up, snap it up. That's super exciting, right? I believe that's his first time doing it. So that's super dope. So you guys just make sure that you guys are going for that 2,500, because now Will get all of his royalties. He'll pretty much get all access to his money that he's got, which is dope, right? I know it gives you confidence when you hit 2,500, because you're like, oh, because listen, type of 2, if you look at 2,500, like that is it's a little mountain I got to get over. You know what I'm saying? That's a little high. That's a little tough. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2, if you feel like 2,500 isn't just easy peasy, because we got to be able to talk about hitting 2,500 in the sense of it being the standard. You know what I'm saying? Jackie, Abene, Kiana, Reeve, Amanda, Takesha. Okay, bet. Right. Okay. Now this is really good, right? All right. So now, see, this is where we have to start talking about this. What part of the 2,500 do you guys feel like is like, what is it, like the amount? Is it the way I got to get there? Is it the work that's involved with it? Is it like, I'm just like, what is it? Like, somebody come off of mute and just voice your thoughts. You know what I mean? About what you feel about 2,500 and why you feel like it might be not as easy to get there.
I'm purely saying hustling to make $2,500 is not easy. And then once you can say you can make 2,500 as a hustler regularly, then I'll be like, oh, that's nothing. So I congratulate him because I'm like, yeah, not everybody outside is making 2,500. That's where I'm coming from.
Right. So just for clarification, right, when you hit 2,500 volume points, you're not making $2,500.
Oh, I know that.
Oh, okay, bet. Yeah, for sure. So you know what I'm saying? But ultimately he's doing $2,500 in sales, in business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you guys that me personally, I've only hit 2,500 by myself in a sense of only retail, only Jerry Cooper as the producer one time in my 8 years of doing Herbalife, right? So the key is this is the key about this, right? Is that you need people with you. That's the way you make it easier. Because it's gonna be a beast, it's gonna be a hell of a monster, it's gonna be tough if you're just looking at it like, man, like I just got to do it by myself, or like I don't got nobody else helping me. So you guys got to get into the mindset of like, yo, I got to get at the minimum preferred members. You know what I'm saying? Because your distributors help, obviously, as they hit senior consultant, because they're senior consultant and all the way up to supervisor, right? But even if you don't have distributors yet, even if you're not necessarily confident spreading the business opportunity yet, you can still get preferred members because those preferred members help you because they're going to be ordering at a discount. So you can imagine that they might increase their volume cap with a discounted price because you're giving that to them. You know what I'm saying? So you guys got to understand that doing it by yourself is going to be hard. I need more distributors and more preferred members. So how do we get more distributors and preferred members? Where you can use the HOM, right? Tomorrow at 6 p.m., right? You can actually get people on the other calls that Steph has provided with the link. You can actually talk to people about the benefits. You can show them the slides and things like that, and ultimately let them know that it helps them save on their program and it helps them get better results. Like that's a great way that you can say it. So you get a savings on your program and you can get better results by signing up, by having more, by you getting better products, or not better products, by you getting more products at a cheaper price. You're more willing to spend, you're more willing to have more products, ingest more products, get more results. Simple, right? But you got to be saying that to them for them to understand, where it's like you can't assume that people already know these kind of things. Like just because you're a distributor and you get it, that's not their world just because you know it. Like you have to say that type of stuff, because at the end of the day, people just want to be told what to do. Like that's just the reality of it, especially when you're doing things like this. So you got to be like, hey, this is the reason why you need it. Here's the link, sign up $35, and for your 35, you will receive a box of stuff. So it's not like you're just paying 35, like you're getting your return on your 35 plus the discount all the way up to 40% off, right? So you guys need to be saying that, so when these people sign up, that you can get that extra 500, 700, 800,000 volume points. So now you only got to do 1,500 volume points versus the 25, right? So you guys have seen the 2,500 house, right? I'm just gonna go share this in the chat. Type of 3 if you've seen the 2,500 house. If you've seen it, then I won't share it because. Okay, so let me just do a comparison real quick. Type of 3 if you've seen the 2,500 house, right? So okay, bet. All right. So for the people that said 2, that 2,500 might be a little much, or not much, but you're not there yet. You should be looking at the 2,500 house, because that will be able to break it down to where it's not like, okay, like, oh, it's so daunting, it's such a big stretch. You know what I'm saying? You need to be accessing those different avenues and therefore and using the flow, right? So again, ultimately, yeah, shout out to Will and everybody that hit 2,500 last month, and everybody's goal should be to strive for 2,500 this month. So okay, going back, let me go back up to the chat. Who else was supposed to speak? Liz, do you want to speak about 1 or 2 of your goals that you got for this month?
Yeah, I can. Hi, Liz, current world team. Okay, so, oh, sorry, hold on, I'm on the wrong page. I was taking notes. Okay. Okay, one of my big goals is to get challengers for the next challenge because it's been a minute since I've had any, and that was like a big chunk of my business. So just getting back to like inviting. And then I guess I'll share my retail. So I've just recently got a couple new retail clients that I'm trying to convince to go PM. But I want to make and retail 500 to 700 this month, and then convert 2 retail clients into preferred members. I'll keep that short and sweet.
Nice. Definitely. That's dope for sure. Yeah. Thank you for that. Who else had one? I believe it was one more person. Abene, you never said your goals.
Oh, okay. So my goals for the month of May is that I want to bring people in as either a PM or as a distributor. So I want to faithfully stick to my every Tuesday inviting people to the calls. I also feel like, because I'm kind of coming up with a strategy right now, like I want to go on live, because you know how I do my spill the teas to meet people, talk about the products, the business opportunity, everything like that. But I'm like, all right, bet. People are scared. So get on live, because people love getting on live. People love to look at you. And I like to talk. So like talk to me. So I'm like gonna set a day of the week that I'm gonna like start getting on live. Like ask me anything. Ask me whatever. I'll tell you my recipes. Oh, and then like I want to simultaneously be made like, Blood, what is you doing? Sorry. Turn it off. Sorry. I want to be making something every time I do get on the live. So again, just implementing, making all of my business one whole wellness stop, one whole let me help you inside and out stop, making everything my lifestyle. Like I said, I want to bring in 2 distributors, but I'm kind of like 3, but like I'm giving myself the month to be like, bring in 2 or 3 distributors. Like that's everything. I'm not talking to nobody who ain't talking about what I'm doing, and that's period. So yeah, that's my goals. I'm working on it right now. I don't stop. I be writing stuff down all day. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Nice. That's what's up. Thank you for that. Appreciate it for sure. Yeah. So to me, it sounds like a lot of people are ultimately trying to build their business, right? Trying to build the organization. And so that's a really good thing because yes, you guys getting clients is important, right? But for the majority of you guys have said, like I was mentioning earlier, you guys want to make a good amount of money at Herbalife to where you have the option to say, I want to work or not, right? So again, that's going to take you to say, I need to bring people in. People need to be under me. I need to be a better leader, right? So, like I say, you're going to get no's, but it's going to come down to you just talking to more people, getting better at it. Like you got to do it. There's a video of what Mark Hughes talking about. You got to do it 100 times before you get good. Let me ask you guys this. How many of you guys have talked to 100 people in person? How many? Type of, what number are we on? 4? Type of 4 if you talk to 100 people in person and you know it. You know you talk to 100 people in person about Herbalife. Amanda doesn't count. You've been in long enough. For sure that counts. Liz, you don't necessarily count as well. But Lisden type 4. Lisden type 4. Oh, okay, she got it right now. Okay, bet I'm about to say. You know what I'm saying? So maybe like 50. Michelle, didn't you just sign up? Okay, I just want to say, type. Michelle, you just signed up when like last week, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Michelle had already talked to 50 people. Michelle had talked to 50 people in person. Okay, now this I just want to show something, right? Now this isn't to bring nobody down or nothing, right? But this is just to say those who do the work get the pay, get the results. Type of 5 if you know you talk to 50 people. If you talk to 50 people in person, you know it. Type of 5. List, no, you're already out. No, you're in the 100. Okay, bet. So, okay, so this is the thing, right? She's been signed up a week and she's talked to 50 people. Some of you guys have been signed up. All of you guys have been signed up longer than her. All of you guys should have double the amount. Not based upon what I'm saying, based upon what I want you guys to have, based upon what you guys have said and where you want to go. You should have more people that you've talked to in person on that list, right? So for me, personally, I honestly can't tell you how many people I didn't talk to in person about it. It's hundreds of people, right? But that's a main reason why I might have a consistent client base, why I might have distributors in a team, right? Due to longevity, but also due to action, right? So the thing is, don't be scared to get out there and talk to people in person. Like, listen, the world is opening back up. So y'all can't be using COVID. I done seen y'all outside. Okay. Some of y'all was in Tahoe. So that means you going outside. All right. We didn't have no what's them situes? Temperature checks. Wasn't none of them in Tahoe. Okay. So it's like y'all ain't worried like that. As we shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because we take the products and immunity essentials and we take vitamins and we take care of our bodies and XYZ, right? But y'all ain't worried like that. So if y'all ain't worried like that, then y'all need to be outside talking to people with your mask on. Hey, check it out. This is what I got going on. I see one of my homies in LA doing the old school handing out flyers at the mall, at the barbershops. Listen, I seen him doing that and I see his Fit Club popping. Why y'all can't do that? Maybe not every day. Maybe 1 to 2 hours a week. What if you said, I'm going to hand out 100 flyers a week? What if you guys said, I'm going to talk to 20 people a week in person and hand out 100 flyers? What would that do for you? That's a damn good idea. I need to start. I'm about to start doing that. I'm about to start doing that. I seen Amanda when we was in Tahoe. She gave the host her card. And that surprised me because this is the thing. I know about that method, but I haven't really seen people be like, hey, here, take my card. You know what I'm saying? So when she did that, I was like, she just gave her card. Like, okay. Like in my mind, I was like, damn, I need to order some cards because how many places could you leave your mark on if you had your card there? Man, y'all better quit playing. So seeing that in person, right? And then me bringing that up right now, and then Michelle talking to 50 people she only been in a week. Listen, I'm fired up. Why not? It's available. Y'all talk about y'all want all the pie. If you want all the pie, you got to hand out flyers. You got to talk to people. You got to get on social media. You got to get on live. You know what I'm saying? You got to structure out how you going to do this. Speaking about structuring it out, right? Did y'all see that social media training, the social media training at LDW where they was talking about the different sectors of giving value on social media? Did you guys see that, right? Yes, type of 6 if you've seen it, type of 7 if you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I need a bigger kitchen for my don't. Start leaving them on car windows. Yeah, the gyms is opening back up, man. Quit playing. All right, bet. So, right, I took a photo of that. So maybe you guys should, and I just thought about that right now because Avane's talking about I need to schedule it out. I need to start doing a live. Like that made me ring a bell. Like, oh yeah, they did say that on social media. So what is it? Education, entertainment, and get personal, right? I am super lacking on the entertainment part. Like I don't be posting nothing entertainment wise or nothing like that, but I understand, right? That's how people relate. You know what I'm saying? Like, because listen, this is the thing. I'm not trying to be Mr. Cool and be like, oh, I'm too cool to be doing stuff like that, right? But it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay with admitting that that's outside of my comfort zone because a lot of things aren't. But that is one of them things where I'm kind of like, oh, I don't necessarily do stuff like that on social media, right? But I've participated. Tango did a reel on when we was in Tahoe, dancing and doing the yeah, I don't do stuff like that, but I was willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I understood before I even seen this that I got to get uncomfortable if I want new stuff, right? So people was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They commented like, I don't never see you do stuff like that. Ha, 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 XYZ, right? But that's just showing people I'm relatable. I'm not just a businessman. Like I'm a businessman, but you know, hey, I'm a person just like you too. I like to have fun. So that's what I'm saying. For me, I know I'm lacking on the entertainment part. You know what I'm saying? So you might be lacking in whatever areas you might be lacking in, or you could be like, man, I could just pick it up in certain areas, right? So the education part, the entertainment part, and the get personal part, and that's also a part where I need to get a little bit better on is the get personal part, like talking about more stuff, maybe a little bit outside of fitness and Herbalife, like, you know, just regular stuff, you know what I'm saying? Talking a little bit about that. And inspiring as well. And promotions. It's actually way more on here than I thought. But ultimately, right, if you took a photo of it, You should be able to go through these different categories and be like, man, okay, I'm about to do this on this day, this on this day, this on this day, right? Multiple on this day. So what that might mean is that you might have to do a content day. Like they said, dude was on there like, listen, I went to the mall or I was going to the park with 3 different outfits. 3. To me, that might be a little excessive, right? When I first heard it, but then it's like, listen, for somebody that got a job, for somebody that got to be commuting to work, for somebody that got to go to the gym, for somebody that, you know, is a father, right? A parent, you might not necessarily have time to be like, hey, let me take these content photos on a Wednesday afternoon. You might be busy, bruh. So if that's the case, you need to go ahead and get you a content day where you just go ahead and say, you know what, for 1 to 2 hours, I'm about to just go ahead and get it right. So I got some stuff to post throughout the week so I can attract more people. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, attracting more people into what you got going on so you can expose them to the opportunity so they can say yes to either becoming a client, a preferred member, or a distributor. You need more exposure. You can have more exposure by setting up your day to be, let me create content to expose myself throughout the week. I got to set aside time to batch all this kind of stuff though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I would like to start doing, right? And those are things that we can all start doing to get better. I kind of just ran off right there on a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, bet. So how many of you guys are tracking? Type a 8 if you track your business. Type a 8 if you track. Be honest. You don't have to lie. Type a 9 if you're like, I don't necessarily track. 8 if you track. 9 if you're like, I don't necessarily track. Right? I seen Tango say that he wanted to share when he left. Is he on the call? Or yeah, you're on the call, but his camera off. So you could share still or no? Or are you trying to share? Okay, bet. 8. Okay. I don't see no 9. So everybody 8, 9 slacking. Okay, bet. See, this is the thing, right? Transparency is awesome even from somebody like Amanda, who's an active royalty member, to say, hey, I'm slacking on my business. Like, so just because she's active royalty doesn't mean that she's always on it. But the thing about it is she's able to recognize that I'm not on it, and she can make the decision to say, hey, I need to turn my ish up, right? So you guys got to be aware about what you got going on. 9, 8.5, 9. Okay, bet. So for those of us that are set 9, 8.5, because if it's not 8, then you need to work on it, right? 8.5 or 9, you need to work on it. So it's like, dude, you got to track, right? So tracking what you did last month, do you guys know about HN Connect? Who knows how to use HN Connect? Type a 10 if you know how to use HN Connect. Type an 11 if you do not know how to use it. Because 10.5, 11. Okay, bet. So it's not wrong. It's not wrong, that right? But this is the thing. I'm correlating all of this to you guys that say you guys want certain things, then it requires certain things. You think they just give NBA contracts to Joes off the street? No, you got to earn it. You got to do the skills. You got to go to the practice. You got to go to the school. You got to play for the team. You got to produce. You got to work out. You got to take care of your body. You got to ice. You got to eat right. Listen, if you want the league, you got to do league stuff. If you want to be a model, listen, you got to go to the photo shoots. You got to do the headshots. You got to meet the people. You got to network. You got to do all these different portfolios. You got to do all the stuff. You got to make sure you look good. You got to make sure you got it going on, the whole shebang. If you want to be the front page model. Same thing if you want to be a president's team member. You got to dedicate yourself to tracking my business, showing up, getting on calls, talking to people, sponsoring people, sharing the opportunity, being excited, to getting results, taking the products, taking more products, believing, action. The whole shebang is a whole bunch of stuff. And some of you guys say you want that, but y'all not even tracking the business. How you go get to press? You don't even know what you did last month. And I'm not taking shots at nobody, right? Because I didn't use to track either. But what I'm saying is, us as a unit, we got to be able to say, hey, you know what? We as individuals, and then us as a unit, need to take the business part a little bit more serious if the things that we say we want are the things that we actually want. So for those that don't know, HN Connect, right? you just now it actually updated, right, where it's actually it tell you straight up what your average volume been the last 3 months. It actually just updated that to where it say your organizational volume, your personal volume, and your personally purchased volume, and then your personal volume total, right? So if you just scroll down to HN Connect, it'll show you all that, and you can actually do filters, so you don't have to do the old school, write the numbers down or try to add it up and XYZ. Like, no, HN Connect is fire, is doing it for you, right? I remember when they first released this like 2 or 3 years ago, and they was talking about, yeah, it's gonna do all the stuff, it's gonna do all the stuff for you. Now it's actually in motion, it's really doing all the stuff for you. So I would get into about like all the details about it, but it's like you have to go in there and learn it on your own for you to be proficient with it, because it's not hard. It's just, playing around with it. So for those that are a 10 and a half, so for those that don't track and that don't know how to do HN Connect, if you get on HN Connect, you can learn how to track. So you got to ask yourself, how important is tracking my business so I can know where I'm going and where I lack at? Because if you don't track, you don't know where you lack. I didn't try to do that on purpose to rhyme, but that was dope, right? If you don't track, you don't know where you lack. And if you don't know where you lack, you can't grow, because you can never know. You're like, man, I'm missing out on preferred members. And I see that, like, it's in my face. Like, my personal volume is low as hell based upon where I want to go. Okay, bet. It's telling you that. It's showing you you've had 0 reorders in the last 60 days. Like, it's going to say something. It's going to say that to you on there. You've had 0 reorders. You had whatever amount of reorders, right? Okay, bet. And then it gives you the people that you can hit up that should be reordering. Like, that's the dope part about HA Connect. But some of y'all acting like you don't want to check the stuff. Listen, dude, it's doing all the hard work for you. Just get in there and do it. You know what I'm saying? Get on HA Connect, play with it, right? Because you're a business owner. This is your business, right? Even if you want my downline, I can't go into your HA Connect and be like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it on your own, right? You think somebody tracking my stuff? Do you guys think somebody's tracking my stuff or trying to? No, nobody. Who is accountable for it? Me. Because I know how important it is to me. I understand where I want to go. I understand that this is my ticket. I don't have a college degree. I don't have too many other skills. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I don't have that. So therefore, in turn, this is what I got to do. So I know about the tracking. I know about HA Connect. I know about what I'm lacking in my business. I know I got to do X, Y, Z, right? Some of you guys need to have that mindset if you want to attain the things that I have and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Because not tracking, you will not get to global expansion team by not tracking. Now, partly, yes, your team is going to do what they do, and that might carry you. But on the front end, like I always say, on the front end, it's going to be you, because you're the general of an army to be. So it's only you. So you got to set the standard. You got to set the culture. You got to do certain things. So you guys got to track. And it's not hard. Like I said, just go in there and log in. Tango, do you want to share your goals for the month that you want to say? 1 to 2 months, or 1 to 2 goals, please.
Yo, can y'all hear me? I'm in my car. Cool. What's going on, you guys? Tango in here. Current world team. Going to active world team, you know what I'm saying? Nah. One of the goals that I am going to go for is definitely trying to go for 3,500 this month. Last month I started kicking into gear about midway, and I hit about half of that. So I feel like if I stay consistent throughout the rest of the month and do what I was doing beforehand, I can reach my goal. So staying consistent and going for 3,500 value points. I think that is my ideal goal for the month. And kind of just stay on top of my stuff, because I have been talking to people and posting and content and reaching out and stuff like that, and doing that from what I have done in the past. I've been getting contacts, up and down. So like this morning, I even had this dude come up to me like, yo, bro, give me samples. We talked before, and I'm about to hit up Will to get a 3-day trial, so I can give it to him tomorrow. So things like that is kind of rolling in place, because I'm going to do what the things I've been doing and what I know what to do. So everything is like just falling into place because I'm doing the business. As long as you do the business, things are just going to come up to you. So why are you laughing, Jerry? Why are you laughing at me? What is so funny?
That's what's up, man. That's good to hear.
That's just what's been going on. So just doing the things I got to do for the business to keep myself active and get to what my goals are. So that's what's up. And I'm fired up. I'm fired up for this month. And also what Liz said, I'm trying to get some challenges. I haven't done a challenge in a good minute. So I want to get back into that because that's also been very huge. So just to get back into the mix of everything that what I was doing, because I wasn't doing any of that within the past beginning of the year. So challenges, consistent content, talking to people, staying tuned in, tapped in with everybody in the community and all that stuff. So yeah, man, maybe about to go crazy. Let's do it.
Nice. So I want you guys to really pay attention to, well, this is the thing that I picked up, right? So he said he's doing all this stuff, right? 3,500. He wants to do challenges. He's fired up. He's doing his thing, right? All that was something to, yeah, man, I'm just doing the business. Like, listen, if you just say in your mind, like, listen, I'm about to just get it cracking. I'm about to just do the business. Everything falls in behind that because the business is all these different layers that we didn't peel back. You know what I'm saying? So if you just say like, hey, I'm just submerged in the Herbalife-ness, I'm just doing a business. Yes, you'll be able to say, you know, I'm fired up about trying to hit my new goal. I'm fired up to do Herbalife. I'm fired up to get new clients. I'm signing up new distributors. I got somebody doing 2,500 under me. I just signed up a new distributor that talked to 50 people in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? When you just say things like, yo, I'm just doing a business and actually act on it, things like that can happen for you. And so the challenges are really dope. Shout out to everybody that's doing a challenge right now, because I've had clients coming to me and say like, yo, this is a really good challenge. So everybody, you know, is contributing, doing their thing as far as that. So the next challenge, I don't know when it is, but just make sure you get in it if you want to be in the next challenge. I'm sure we'll talk about it in depth within the next 1 to 2 calls about it. So the challenges, so again, so okay, for those that want to do the 2,500, right? He said something else that was major as well. So I want you guys to say, okay, because I know all of you guys haven't necessarily done all the methods or committed to doing all the methods, right? So this is the thing. Maybe you guys, and like I say, myself is included, this is one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some flyers, some cards and hand them out, right? But maybe you guys should commit to doing one new thing in your business, right? That you haven't done before. So for me, I'm going to hand out more flyers. For you guys, it could be that, or it could be, I'm going to start doing trials. I'm going to just keep the trial packs on me, right? Who's clear? We're all clear on the trials, right? Type of, what if you clear on how the trials go down? If we know how to get down, because I'm telling you guys, you could trap with the trials. You can trap with them hard if you know how to do it. You can trap with trials. I didn't did it personally before, and people, okay, bet, right? Okay, now this is the thing. Type of 2 if you're doing trials. Type of 2 if you're doing them. If you're not, if y'all also confident, yeah, I know what to do. La 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 la. Type of 2 if you're doing them. Okay, bet. So it ain't wrong. Again, when I do things like that, I'm not shooting shots at nobody. But what I'm saying is, it's available. It's available. It's good. They not holding trials back from us. You could go get some trials if you want them. So handing out flyers, right? For you to get new clients, doing trial packs. That is a great way. And like I said, I've had success doing that. Doing some form of parties, skin parties, bake parties, like Abene and Michaela did the collagen and drink party, you know what I'm saying? Donut parties, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That going out and just saying, okay, I'm about to go talk to 20 people this week, right? The challenges, doing a fit club. What's another container that we can do? Somebody throw one in there that if I named them all, or if I didn't name another one, if somebody has one. That was like what, 8 or 9 different things that you can do. And the beautiful part about it is, right, you can do multiple of those. It ain't like you got to just do one, you can do multiple. So my point in saying all of this is that, right, I know all of you guys haven't done all those things or committed to doing all of those things. So what I'm saying to you guys is pick one of those things that maybe you haven't done or committed to doing and do it this month, because yes, it's the 3rd day of May, but you got enough time to go ahead and say, okay, this is how I'm about to operating this month, and let me see the results from it. Because this is the thing, because we know about tracking, right? This is the thing we know about tracking. You can go back and see what you did in April as far as your organization and your personal volume in total, right? Okay, bet. Now you can say, okay, in May, I'm about to implement this new thing and track to see what increases. But you got to understand why I'm doing this new thing. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be clear about it, right? So if you and talk to people that are good at doing things, right? If you're trying to do a fit club, you can definitely talk to Bino about it because Bino's hosted some successful fit clubs. You can talk to me about fit club. If you want to talk about trials, you can also talk to Bino about trials, and you can talk to me about trials. If you want to talk about donuts, you can talk to Amanda about donuts. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about throwing a party, you can talk to Abene about throwing a party. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people did different stuff in here. Listen, if you try to put some food together, listen. You know who to talk to about the food. Kalani is here on the call. Jackie's here on the call. If you want to know how to whip up a little something, hey, it's available. You know what I'm saying? It's available. So tap into what the team has to help your business. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say that part because I would like to see like some growth in what we got going on, because I know what it's like, you guys, when we see these different teams on social media, all these different people, they're doing it big, they're doing all this crazy stuff. Like, you know, they're going to Miami, they're going in these hotels and la, 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 right? Renting out houses is dope, right? I know what it looks like. And you're like, man, I really want to, I want to be doing shit like that. This is the thing. You're not going to do it by yourself, but we can do it together because this is the team. This is Do It 24 crew, right? And ultimately, at the end of the day, to have all that going on, you need to have enough people. So this is a good amount of people for us to have a core of just saying, we're about to expand this. We're just about to expand it. We're just about to get, 15 people on the call right now? No reason why I can't be 30. No reason why I can't be 50. You know what I'm saying? But that just comes down to Tango added one person onto the call, Michelle, right? And I'm not excluded from that, right? And I'm not excluded from that because it ain't nobody else knew that I didn't brought on the call. So I'm not saying it like, oh, y'all go ahead and do the work. But I'm saying as a unit, we got to say like, you know what? If we want to be able to do these things, and ultimately, right, I just want you guys to know that the things that you see as far as them taking the trips and la, 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 all the dope stuff is just a result of the hard work in the business and them being able to level up and them having the income and the impact to be able to do things like that, right? So the work comes on the front end, and the social media stuff, what you see is on the cool side, right? To make people be like, damn, I want to go for that. You know what I'm saying? The cool stuff is what makes people say, damn, I want to go for it, but you got to work hard enough to have the cool stuff. I'm willing to work hard to go ahead and have a Rolex. I'm willing to work hard to have the mansion on the villa. I'm willing to do that so I could show people what's possible. Because at the end of the day, it ain't just about me. It's about giving back and showing people like, hey, you can go for this too. Because this is a volunteer army. You got to bring people with you. I'm down to go ahead and work hard to have the cool stuff and have the body to go with it. I'm trying to be ripped on the beach. Y'all heard of the term ripped and rich? What are we on? Type of 3, if you heard the term ripped and rich. Man, I remember when I first came into Herbalife, that's what they was talking about, ripped and rich. I was like, man, that's hella dope. Now, this is the thing, right? You may not necessarily want to be ripped. It's just the term to say like, hey, I'm trying to have results and I'm trying to be rich. You ain't necessarily got to be ripped. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. That was always in my mind and still to this day, ripped and rich. I'm almost ripped, but I'm not almost rich. So I got some more work to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that, but I understand where I'm at and I know where I got to go because I've been tracking it and you know what I'm saying? And I understand. So we all have the position to be in that place so we can all get to our own version of ripped and rich. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, all questions is good questions if we have any questions, right? But real quick, I do want to, for those that are, so do you have any questions? No? Going once, going twice, going thrice? Okay, bet. So real quick, for those of you guys, let me stop recording. Skirt.